On this week's episode, you guessed it, Fallout TV show Season 2, Episode 6.
As the pinball games, Wolfenstein 3 confirmed question mark, and how would you like to play Doom while making dinner?
Hi everybody, welcome back to Bethesda Unpatched. This is episode number 29. I am Joe the Wigit, and I am joined by... You're going to confuse me again. You're doing it on purpose. I know it. I look over, I'm looking at the camera, getting into zone, and I see him flashing numbers. Like, did I screw up? Where did I screw up at? The man over here screwing me up is none other than the space trucker extraordinaire extreme himself, Kilo.
That's me, man.
Got through it.
No, I actually thought about messing with you, and in the process, I messed myself up because I'm like, wait, is it 29 or 28? I confused myself, and then that's when you caught on to what I was doing.
The notes say 29, so I'm gonna go with that. We're in the last episode of the 20s, and going into 30 soon. That's crazy already.
We're getting old, man. We're getting old.
Feels like it.
That's when old happens, right? 30.
Then I'm ancient.
Yeah, you are.
I'm a bit past that. So we had to redo the intro, as you all have noticed. Even the audio intro is different. Keep it in line with our video version. We had some issues with a site who claimed to be royalty-free music, and turns out they wanted royalties.
At least payment, and they weren't very forthcoming about that. So
we said, screw you, and I redid the intro. And I'm kind of glad they did. I like this new one better.
Yeah, the new music is made by Studio Colomna from Pixarbay.
Pixarbay.
I probably misspelled it wrong in the notes, knowing me. But there's going to be a link in the card so you can find his music, and it's some good stuff.
Yeah,
I like it.
I took one of his songs and remixed it to fit in line with the intro, and even shot him a message saying thank you.
I think it turned out great. And if you missed our appearance on the KingCast on Saturday, which we did do, and we did have a blast over there with the King, we had a great conversation over there. You can still find that video on King Fan Man's YouTube channel. And actually, while we're on the subject, if you're not subscribed to King Fan Man, you're wrong anyway, so go correct yourself. And then, of course, this Saturday, StarCon, finally here. If you're watching this on Saturday, actually occurs to me, you already missed it. But if you're listening to this on Friday, you can still check it out. Star-Con2026.com. And actually, I just saw today in the creator Discord that we're also getting a message from Kingath Creations. So we'll all be able to see that.
Sorry, my dad was trying to call me. He knows I record this time. I'm asking
it's all good, man.
If it's an emergency or not.
I don't know if this has been made official anywhere else, but I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. We do have cooperation from Bethesda at this point, strangely enough, ever since Wes Johnson signed on for the con. And there are going to be giveaways.
Yeah.
Yep. Bethesda is donating swag for us to give away during the streams. So
I don't know how they're going to do it or in what fashion. We do know that they did give us a lot of goodies, and some good ones that I would personally like to have.
Yeah.
So you guys are getting the things that we can't get.
Yep. We're not allowed to have any of it. So you guys are lucky. Show up. Check us out.
Yeah. I don't know if we can say what it is, so we'll just leave that as a mystery.
Yeah. There's a few different things. You can probably guess a couple off the top of your head because it's typical swag stuff. But those are all of the announcements, housekeeping I got for today.
And thanks to you again, KingCast. I know he already brought it up, but that was a blast, man.
Oh, yeah. We had so much fun.
King Fan Man is the man.
Yep. Even though he's an old man.
I was going to go
Let's
there.
Get into the news. Let's get into the news. Hit the bumper. ZeniMax Online Studios Project Blackbird footage has been leaked online. Have you seen this one yet?
I'm wondering how legit this is, though. But I have not seen this yet, and I'm really curious. I mean, because it says All it says is an insider.
Insider Gaming claims that the newly leaked 2-minute video is legitimate. It's a demo of the game's lighting system in Unreal 4. Project Blackbird was supposed to be a third-person looter shooter with AAA production values developed by ZeniMax Online.
I'm
Same
a
studio that does
big
Elder
fan
Scrolls.
of looter shooters, in particular the father of all of them,
Mhm.
Borderlands series.
Well, the video itself shows Project Blackbird had a cyberpunk aesthetic, which I'm totally into. That's really like one of my biggest sci-fi things is cyberpunk, complete with a neon lit city steeped in darkness.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it could be canceled right now, but it doesn't mean it can't be rebirthed down the road, especially if there's enough demand that comes out for it. I mean, there's always a chance they can redo it because they don't just delete all the files when they cancel it.
Yeah, I mean, it could come back. I would love to see it again.
But I'm
I
pretty
was
sure.
totally,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that one of the main reasons why Microsoft decided to cancel it was to divert those resources to the projects they think are going to be the biggest at the moment, like Elder Scrolls 6, Fallout 5.
Fallout. And the last time they started a new IP, didn't exactly pan out the way they wanted it to.
Oh, dude, I was going to wait to do this, but I'm going to tell you now. I'm
Okay.
I'm causing a rumor right now. This is just a theory.
Okay,
it's a really
You're
crazy.
starting a rumor right now?
It's a really
Okay.
crazy theory that came up in my
All right.
head as I was watching
Lay it on me.
episode 6.
Okay.
I am thinking that it would be crazy and more. It would be just like Bethesda do this. The TV series is going to run for 5 seasons, and at the very end of the 5th season, they're going to launch Fallout 5.
Because of 5 seasons. Well, according to some of the numbers, they need to change the way they're releasing the show because apparently the numbers are down right. Even though the show is wildly popular, the numbers are down
It's number
because
one
of the
still.
weekly release.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're going to alter that in the future or not. Because I'm telling you, it's murder waiting every. I mean, come on, this is like
Well,
we were kids again.
There's something we got also
waiting on the
consider
next episode next week.
is the last season was binged, so the numbers get a little skewed, little skewed when you have all the episodes
that's
on a
true.
weekly basis. So it's going to stretch the numbers, and I'm pretty sure that
Right.
when the season ends and you combine all those numbers as if it was a bingeable. And by the way, I'm guaranteeing you there's probably thousands of people waiting for the final episode to air so they can watch all of it at once. We'll see.
Yeah, that's probably true too.
We'll see how the numbers look when the final episode airs for this season.
Speaking of Starfield, since you destroyed my segue,
You are welcome!
You're welcome.
Kurt Coolman is the ex-Bethesda dev. He was on Elder Scrolls. He was on Star. He said Starfield's main problem was not enough Todd Howard, and we talked about this on King's show. That part of the issue is that Bethesda's going through growing pains right now, and as the company was growing, Todd Howard was being drawn away from having a hands-on role with the game because he had to deal with other things, which kind of makes sense. He goes on to say a lot of other stuff too that I don't necessarily agree with. It sounds a little bit too much like whining because he was talking about how if he had taken the lead, I mean, this just sounds like somebody who's pissed off over being fired, and maybe he's justified, maybe he's not. Again, this is something we discussed on the Kingcast, but he said that he was going to make Elder Scrolls 6. If he was the lead, it would have been a Skyrim sequel where the Thalmor takes over and chaos ensues. That sounds like that would break from Bethesda's typical stance of not making game endings canon, and
Yeah.
it sounds a lot like, dude, I just would have made it so cool.
Yeah, it does.
I just would have made
exactly
it so cool
what it is.
and so dark, and fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Whatever. But going back to not enough Todd Howard. We talked about that. We agree with that. You know, a lot of Bethesda's success, especially with like Skyrim and Fallout 3. Todd Howard was able to have his hands involved in the production of those games, and unfortunately, with Starfield, it was less than that.
I mean, there's really talented people out there in the game industry, and I'm sure when they get the right hands on it, it's going to be magic. And from what I understand, Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be like that. So the hope is still very, very vivid there because, as you guys know, I'm a huge Elder Scrolls nut. So
yeah. And one other thing on Elder Scrolls 6, Todd Howard did say that some of the game was going to be procedurally generated. However, I would implore the audience to keep in mind that this is not the same kind of procedural generation as we see in Starfield, where they're making whole planets out of it. This is likely some of the wilds. And it's not necessarily that it's going to be different every time you step foot in the game, but that they used it in the development of the game and then probably went in and polished it up.
Bingo.
Instead of everything being handcrafted.
Because this map for Elder Scrolls 6 is rumored to be absolutely massive. More massive than Skyrim by like a factor of, I don't know what the leak was, like 8 or 10 times?
10, I think, is what I heard.
It's a big deal. And it's going to be a big world, big environment. And you can't build a game that huge and handcraft every inch of it unless you have a team of like 1,000 artists.
Right.
And then you're way over budget.
Well, and the thing is that it's kind of going back, because as my understanding was, when Oblivion came out, I remember my buddy came over to my house. He's like, you got to see this game. He brought his console over and everything. And he was telling me about how they made the world where they basically slapped down Play-Doh. I'm paraphrasing. Slapped down Play-Doh and then ran the world through, what was it, an erosion simulator, so that it would naturally form the land. So even back then, they were using other ways other than complete handcrafting.
If you're going to shortcut it, then that's the way to do it. And you have to. In these games, you cannot... Yeah, it's...
Right.
People don't understand how the kind of work gets involved in it. You can't have a team do that and expect it to be done within 20 years.
No, absolutely. 100% agree. So, what else we got? How about Bethesda Pinball? Apparently, Pinball FX on February 12th is going to be getting a Bethesda Pinball DLC where the Elder Scrolls and Fallout are going to have levels for you to play.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. They have one for Skyrim, Fallout, and Doom.
Yeah, and Doom, yep.
Okay,
which just sounds amazing.
Too. Yeah, I got to get back into Doom.
God, I haven't played pinball. There used to be, for us old folks out there listening, Windows 95 pinball.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last pinball video game I ever played.
Yeah, same. No, I take it back. I had one for my PlayStation 3.
Oh, did you? Okay. Yeah. Oh, well, you can explore the secrets of the wasteland in a world decimated by nuclear war, join factions, raid vaults, and collect bobbleheads on the Fallout pinball table. Or you can fight your way through the UAC research facility, taking on hordes of demons to earn the Doom Slayer name in the Doom pinball game. I don't know how any of this works.
No,
I've never played
idea.
Pinball FX. I'm like,
come
how
on,
do you
buy
craft?
and
How do
sell
you join?
goods with a pinball? How?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, but it's coming. So if you're into that, February 12th.
On Bethesda Unpatched, where we talk about everything Bethesda.
That way we weren't bullshitting. Speaking of which, Magic the Gathering and Fallout Rad Super Drop is announced. So if you play Magic the Gathering, I guess these are Fallout cards for Magic the Gathering.
Mm-hmm.
I know I haven't played.
That's an extensive list of cards too.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
I had some coworkers out in Buffalo, New York, years and years and years ago that were obsessed with Magic. Anything new, they would spend half their paycheck on it.
Yeah. I got friends that play Magic. I played Magic. Last time I played Magic was 98. And that was like my junior year of high school. And I started in middle school when it first came out. And Magic heads, here's a story for you real quick. So I had a comic shop in the town that I went to high school in. And I would go there once a week to pick up my subscriptions, usually like Alien vs. Predator, X-Men, Generation X. There's a few different comic. Predator. I love the Predator and Alien series. I'm going to the store, comic store one day, and I stopped and I got a strawberry milkshake from McDonald's. It's my favorite. And I couldn't take it into the store. So I stayed outside and I finished the shake. I go inside, I get in line to get my stuff. There's a guy in line behind me. He gets like 3 packs of Magic cards. Steps aside. I get my comics. I'm like, 3 packs of Magic cards, please. I get them. I step to the side. As I'm going through my stuff, this guy's over here hollering because the first generation of Magic the Gathering, one of the most powerful cards was the Savant Dragon. and it was one of the most valuable cards. And this son of a bitch,
that was the Black
because
Rose.
I finished my milkshake. I did not get the Savant Dragon, and yes, I'm still holding on to that. 25 years later, I'm
Just
still
like how
pissed
I had
about
3
it.
Bitcoin back when they were like less than $10 a pop on a secured thumb drive, and
Yeah,
I lost the thumb drive. So it's out there somewhere. Someone could crack it.
that's literally like a Big Bang Theory plot line right there.
Probably got it from me.
So, anyways, Magic the Gathering.
So
There you go.
here's the thing, though. This Super Dropping contains 3 sets. They have the Layer X set, Welcome to New Vegas, which is all about New Vegas, including buffing, betting, and you survive in style. They have Beyond Vault 33, so it's based off of Amazon Prime's Fallout series. And they have an entire set for dog meat. Greet the Dog is the name of it. So you can use him in different ways as utility and heart to any deck, showcasing why man's best friend still matters, even in Nuclear Wasteland. So yeah, that's that.
Well, I don't know if you want to talk about the Fallout 76 update notes or the result of the Fallout 76 update.
Well, the results definitely got to bring that up, but the update notes were bringing some good things to the game, and for some reason they decided to let it break the game. Okay, I want you guys to keep in mind, King talked about this last time he was on our show. This is a very complex game, how they built it. It's based off of 2 engines. So it's very, very easy to break it, and testing does not always count it, always catch it. And sometimes when they're compiling the update, errors can occur in the compile. So not necessarily something that they could help or predict, but that kind of stuff does happen. It's best to be avoided. Bad press, but yeah. The recent update hotfix broke the game in a few different ways. People are complaining about their armor no longer working, their gun breaking after 1 shot. These are game-breaking problem, and especially with quest items disappearing. So I don't know how many of these reports are people trying to get free stuff or legit, but Bethesda did come out and say, we're aware of this and we're trying our best to fix it. And they did release a list of the things that were affected. So,
And Fallout 76, I'll bring this up. I don't know if I actually put this in the notes, but it's something that came up when I was reading articles this week. Fallout 76 has taught Bethesda a lot about sustainability of a game, about the longevity of a game,
as well as ESO,
and how to, and how to support a game over the long term. And this is something that they didn't really do as much with Skyrim. We all know Skyrim was mostly carried by modders, as was Fallout 4 up until recently. Todd says that Fallout 5 and ESO, they are forming long-term plans for support for those games, same as they promised for Starfield. But this is something that they're looking into. So hopefully we'll get back to an era of Bethesda games being timeless in the way that they have been in the past.
I am fully confident they will, or we wouldn't be doing this show.
True story.
I mean, yeah, we are big fans of Bethesda, and we do have very positive aspect and outlook on the company, and we will call them out when there's BS involved, like the fact they were a no-show.
Yeah, at the developer direct today.
But they don't really have a say in that, though.
That's also true. I don't know if you want to talk about any of these other articles about ESO, but this one in particular I wanted to bring up. Right now, you can resume your raid on the Writhing Fortress for a limited time. We talked about this previously, about how there were some bugs that they were dealing with, and that they were working on fixing this. So right now, until January 28th, the Writhing Fortress PvE dungeon has returned and will be open. During this limited time, all Content Pass 2025 owners can return to or visit for the first time the Writhing Fortress dungeon, confront the giant Daedric Titan Zissax, and forever shudder the Soul Spire.
I do want to talk about one of them.
Yeah, go for it, man.
It's actually something very cool. So they're changing what used to be called overland difficulty that you could change in your settings. They're changing it to challenge difficulty. And they said the reason why they're doing this is it more accurately reflects what their goal of the difficulty changes and makes it more flexible with the system overall for them. And it's interesting because you're going to have your default as adventurer, which is what the game's at currently for the Overland. So everything's set normal. Then you're going to have 3 difficulties above it. There's nothing below it, but there's 3 things above it. Adventurer, which is the default. Then you have Seasoned, which is 100% more damage from monsters. So it's not just like one little tiny 15% step up. It's double the damage to you. With 20% less damage that you do. You receive 50% more gold and 20% more experience. Master takes it a step further by tripling. So it's 300% damage from monsters. So if you think yourself a real badass, this is the way to go. And do 50% less damage to monsters. So half. You'll receive 100% more gold, so double. And 75% more experience for monsters. That's a huge increase between Seasoned and Master when it comes to experience gain. That's massive. 55% increase. Well, I can math, yeah. But then they have Vestige. Vestige, which is the insane one. And I will say that you are a masochist if you do this one. I think that's why they put this in the game. Those who think they're hot shots. You will take 600% more damage from monsters, and you will deal 80% less damage to them.
That's bonkers.
Yeah. You'll receive 200% more gold and 100% more experience from monsters. Now, by my math, that's not really much of a benefit. Do 200% gold and 100% more experience, but because of the difficulty, is a huge step up. Like it doubles between Master and Vestige. But to be fair, it goes 3 times between Seasoned and Mastered. But these are not set in stone numbers. These are what they're playing with right now and testing to see how they're going to balance it. So that's most likely going to change. But you can see with how they're setting it up now, the step up in difficulty they're talking about, which is crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I get back in the game, because I'm going to get back into it, I'm probably going to go into Seasoned and see how I fare after I get back into the game, getting used to it on Adventurer. But yeah. So anyway, I thought that was pretty cool.
That is pretty sweet. I just have a couple more I want to bring up. The first one being Wolfenstein 3. All right, active development. This is from multiple sources that claim this. Kotaku is one, the website, and then also Jez Corden alluded to it. I've been trying to find something solid. I have not yet. This has not been officially announced by Bethesda, but from multiple sources, apparently Wolfenstein 3 is in active development. I just wanted to bring that up because we talked about it last week, and then King said something about it, and I've been digging, but no official release or information yet from Bethesda, but apparently it's in the works.
Yeah. We'll see. We're again, grain of salt. We don't know for sure.
Right.
But it kind of lends some credibility.
Yeah, it's not just one guy saying, it's coming from a few different places. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure we'll hear something shortly. Last thing I have for today. What the hell are you playing on Doom on today? It's the title's a work in progress. But,
we're working on it.
So apparently Doom is now playable on a pressure cooker.
If it has a circuit board, a little bit of computing processing power, that's at least equivalent to 1995, then yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, why not?
This is the picture on this article. You want to grab this one, Wigit? Is a Krupp's pressure cooker. And sure enough, Doom on the screen. According to YouTuber Aaron Christoffel, that's one more item added to the list of Doom-compatible appliances. We got satellites, we got rats playing Doom, and now it's on your pressure cooker.
That is just... Yeah, I love this series. This is getting better and better and better. There's a little video there. I might put that on the video version. We'll see.
Just want to read this, so if somebody wants to go find the video. As spotted by the good folks at Retro Dodo, Christoffel posted a video explaining how to hack the Krupp's Cook For Me pressure cooker in order to enable it to run a ROM of the original Doom.
Okay, that makes sense.
That we're talking about the 1993 game, not the 2016 reboot.
Right. Yeah, 1993 is always the case because I mean, this thing does have a microcomputer built into it because it's a Cook For Me, so it makes sense.
It has a Wi-Fi module inside as well as 128 megabytes of RAM and flash memory, which is more than enough to get the original game running. That is absolutely bonkers.
That's so, man. See what we can come up with next week.
Yeah. We have to make that a regular segment for sure.
I put it on my reading.
Let's get into the episode. Oops. So let's get into season 2, episode 6.
The Other Player. I actually wrote down the title of the episode this time. I always forget to do that.
That's a good call.
All right, so it jumps right in to a flashback to Barb going through these meetings about what I can presume is they're planning on launching the bombs. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, the marketing team that came out in the beginning, oh my God, that was
the Billboard's Dying team talking about the size of the nukes.
Yeah, it will be a 5 megaton blast, but we will market it a 10 megaton blast because it will be better on the billboards. Right. But don't worry about it. It'll be multiple 5-ton bombs while they're eating lunch.
Right. And we also see some of the proposals. Mm-hmm. The one engineer comes up talking about the water chips have a 30% fail rate. That we'll know before installation, so we get to choose who runs out of water.
Yep. Good news is we will know which ones fail before installation. So we'll get to choose who runs out of water. And yeah, I don't know if Barb's having a rough time with it for morality or she's just fed up with these meetings.
As a guy who hates working in the office, it's probably the last one. It might be the first one, but it's definitely the second one.
I think both of them have a part to play in that.
I think she's realizing, in all seriousness, I think she's realizing we kind of find out later why, but what her decisions are costing her.
Yeah.
What they're costing the greater world. I think it's hitting her.
I'll do like a shorthand in notes thinking, I'll remember this, no problem. And I look at my notes going, why did I put that there? I don't remember.
What was it? Maybe I can help you.
The automated man.
Yeah, that comes from Khaos. Barb's meeting with Khaos. He offers the control chip that we see throughout the season in exchange for cold fusion. They call it the
automated man. Mm-hmm. That's right, yeah.
And Hank is there taking notes.
He had permission to be in the meeting, and he was extremely eager about this meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Suspiciously eager. And I love how they mentioned that Vault-Tec and Robco have a special relationship.
Yeah.
And apparently they have a few vaults to do with as they please, to run whatever experiments they want.
Right, yeah, exactly. And she asks why he wants the cold fusion, but he says it's above her pay grade. Yeah. And then we see Barb, now she's alone after House leaves.
What this special project is.
Well, she's looking at when she's alone looking at a picture of her family, and you can see the reflection in her eyes. Great cinematics in this part, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Overlaid with the nuclear explosion, and she's crying, and Mrs. Kilo was like, I heard her under her breath, sure, now you have a heart.
That's a good one. Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder why Barb was doing this. I'll get into that later on, but yeah, she definitely shows a different side of it when she's talking to Cooper.
Yeah, she does. And we get a little bit of explanation, and we get a cameo we weren't expecting. Actually, we get a couple cameos we weren't expecting in this episode.
And when we were.
I'm super, what I called.
We both called did, it. Man. We both did.
Called it. Anyways, so we open up on the ghoul, who is a shish kebab.
That's a good way to put it.
People are just walking by, and he's stuck on this pole, still alive.
Yeah, and you can see he's turning feral. He needs his vials.
Yeah, Dog Meat walks over like, Dog Meat, grab my satchel. I need my satchel. Grab my satchel. He grabs his hat.
I need it. Yeah. The dog looks at the vials and then go gets his hat.
Yep.
I know he's a smarter than average dog, but come on, dude.
That was pretty funny, actually. And of course, he starts trying to turn, and Dog Meat runs off.
He went to go get help. Timmy fell in the well.
Right. Actually, we found out later that's exactly what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But we go back to Cooper and Barb, and we get to
he's-
hear their engagement story,
Yep.
which was cool.
That was pretty cool. Good setup. Then he just straight up calls her a monster.
Yeah, were you a monster back then, or did you become one later? I know what you're planning to do. And he quotes her from the meeting, War Never Changes.
Yep. That
And you
hit
see
her.
that oh shit look in her eyes. Yeah.
I gotta admit though, I was a little disappointed we didn't get as much of Maximus and his story as I wanted. I thought for sure we'd get more of it this episode.
Well, I think what's happening right now is the gang is getting back together.
Okay, yes, that's true. And they're doing a
So-
lot of story setup in this episode.
Yes, but also throwing in a lot of bombs. No pun intended. Speaking of bombs, how about Sugar Bomb?
Yeah, Lucy waking up to a sugar bomb box and in it was definitely not a vault, and I'm thinking this is definitely a bunker of some kind in a building.
Yeah, it's Vault Tech Tower.
Is it Vault Tech Tower? You think in New Vegas?
I'm not convinced that this isn't underneath the ones that we see in the beginning of the show, the ones that the Vault 31 survivors walked into earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be underneath. That's my theory.
I don't know. They
Don't
weren't.
quote me, but
Yeah, I don't think so because it looks very much like Hank is in New Vegas, and that group wasn't.
maybe headed that. I don't know. That one doesn't
Anyways,
really
it's
it's where her. She is where her. I'll take the L on that. I'm right more than I'm wrong.
Valid.
That's fine. But Lucy is definitely where her dad is. We know this.
Yes.
She wakes up. She finds a pre-war dress, which I loved seeing because it is literally the same pre-war dress that you can get in the games.
Is it?
Looks exactly like it. Yeah, at least confirmed Fallout 4. That same dress is in Fallout 4, 100%.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. That's a good catch, though.
I think it was interesting when she looks in the mirror. She's looking at herself like she doesn't even recognize herself now.
Yeah, and you could tell that was happening at the end of the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when she took out that that wannabe store clerk.
Yeah. I think that was her snapping point for sure.
And this whole facility has gotten creepy, and Hank has been crazy busy.
Oh man, absolutely.
All
She finds the note and then ends up escaping her room with a fire extinguisher, and she's out in the hall, and we see. My first thought is like, oh, there's guards there now.
Yeah, I started writing down, okay, there's apparently a lot of... Is the Legion here? Is the Legion involved with Hank? And then I realized that they had the chip on their back of their neck, and they were talking very pleasantly.
Oh, dude, such a bizarre. This whole segment coming up is bizarre.
Yeah, I put my note in there as creepily polite like a nightmare.
Mm-hmm. And then, so Lucy walks through the office where we saw Hank earlier, but now it's full of people.
Yep.
Doing like synchronized work, making these control chips.
What we saw in the preview for the season 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And as Lucy's wandering around, completely unbothered, she comes across a room with a glass door that says simulation, and it's a vault, like a vault headquarters, like a vault quarters, like an apartment, like what you would have in a vault. And Hank's in there making breakfast.
And he's just trying to lure her into it by using nostalgia. He's trying to play on her emotions big time.
Well, I think it's not only emotions, but he's trying to allegorically explain to her what's going on with All Quiet on the Western Front. That book is written from the perspective of a World War I German soldier. And it's an anti-war novel, actually. You know, it basically boils down to guys wearing the same jackets. Right? We talked about that. The Ghoul said that. Lucy said that before.
Yeah.
They all have the same jackets. And he's basically saying that humanity's natural state is to be in conflict with itself.
Well, less deep than that, though. I mean, obviously with the vault simulation playing on her memories and her emotions, the book club like they used to do every day.
Absolutely. I think he was trying to explain to her what he's trying to prevent, what he thinks he's doing the right thing for.
Yeah.
And that's a world where things like this don't exist.
All bad guys think they're right in some way.
People want to feel safe. And then Lucy...
It's still super naive.
Scissors to the throat, though. I'm bringing you back to Vault 33 to face justice. and places him under arrest.
That cracked me up.
I was like, really?
Lucy, come on. That's not how this works.
No. And Hank is totally, I don't know, dude. He's definitely playing an angle, and she's not picking up on it. I don't think she's as suspicious as she should be. He's surrendering. I did what I did to protect you. And he starts, again, about the nostalgia, talking about her with the potato batteries and the little red flashlight.
Oh, yeah. He's trying to fully play on her emotion, draw her to his side.
Yep.
Trying to get back that father-daughter relationship that is now destroyed. At least it should be.
Yeah, absolutely. And we go back to Thaddeus and Maximus.
I have a complaint here. Just
Hit me.
saying. When Maximus says to leave the power armor because it has a tracker in it. Here's the problem with having a tracker in the suit, is that requires a GPS system. GPS is our satellite. I've never heard of any of that tech being in Fallout. I could be wrong, but I've never heard of that tech being in part of that world. Does that require some
actually will. Yep. At the end of the show, well, I'll talk about it right now. I was going to save this for the comments and stuff at the end of the show, but we did have some responses on one of our shorts discussing that part. And among the comments, and most of them say pretty much the same thing. Dante Demora said, this is talking about how House could see what Cooper saw with the encounter with the Deathclaw, which actually was posited by someone else that the Deathclaw was blind, and that's why he relied on hearing. He didn't attack until he heard the Chinese girl talking, and he didn't attack Walton. Although I had somebody else say that the Deathclaw growls marine. So I don't know which of those things are true. But anyways, one thing that Dante Demora says is that House can see through his Securitrons, which is true, and they can be automatically upgraded through a wireless software update. So there is precedent within the Fallout universe for wireless technology.
It's thin.
And for satellite technology.
Because it should have had more of an influence than what it does. That's very thin. Unless it's just... But that would suggest that only House has that type of tech at his hands, when yet the Brotherhood of Steel is using it.
I'm not 100% sure on that. We'll have to dive a little more, and if you have a comment on that, feel free to leave that on our YouTube or in our Discord. We're happy to discuss this stuff. Anyways, moving on. Thaddeus wants to sell the cold fusion.
Live it out rich. And apparently Thaddeus was born in the Boneyard.
Yes.
The bad
what
side.
The Boneyard is?
Kind of.
The Boneyard is Greater Los Angeles. It is the region of LA and the settlements within it. And it's called the Boneyard for the destroyed buildings that look like skeletons on the skyline now. So there's the Boneyard.
I figured it had some kind of reference to that, something similar to that. I just wasn't 100% sure.
Maximus says he wants to give the cold fusion to the right person, a good person. And Thaddeus says, good people. I've seen a lot of things, crazy things, not good people.
And of course, he's going to bring up Lucy, that girl.
He's like, what about that girl? Yeah. And even Maximus says, well, I grew up in Shady Stands, and there was a lot of good people there. So,
I forgot what Thaddeus said in response to that, but it was interesting.
He said, Maximus said, if I'm lucky. Or no, Thaddeus said I was lucky, something like that. If I'm lucky, something, I can't remember exactly what it was, but the other one said, if you're the lucky one, we're both screwed.
Yeah, Thaddeus said that.
Yeah. We'll go back to the ghoul.
Yep. Painfully watching him still on that damn pole. And that has to be something, that'd be tough to act. Lay on your back like that?
Walton is just Walton, not Cooper. Walton. Yeah, the dude's amazing. He's like trying to pull himself off the pole, and he brings himself back around because he starts saying the same thing. My name is Cooper Howard.
Yes, just like that ghoul from the
I have a daughter. Yeah, he's pulling himself off the pole. He almost makes it to the top, even though like I'm looking at him like, even if he makes it to the top, how is he going to get himself off of the top?
And this is something I called from season 1 when he went and they had that encounter with that ghoul that was turning and killed him and ate his liver type thing. I said that whole memory exercise he was going to be something important, and it's going to come back to it at some point. And here it is. It's their way of trying to prevent losing their mind.
Yeah, and it works, especially when he thinks of his daughter. That's really what put him over. All of a sudden, we hear some heavy footprints, some heavy footsteps.
Yep.
Breaks the pole.
I immediately went to my notes and went super mutant. Has to be super mutant.
Yep, 100%. I'm like, that's a super mutant, and he's dragging him. I'm like, that's a super mutant, and then you see the meat bag, which if you've ever played the
Yeah.
Fallout games with a super mutant in it, in their camps, there's always the giant bag of just
Grotesque.
carrion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, it's a super mutant. I was flipping out.
And I put in my notes, this
And
has to be Ron.
This has to be Ron. I heard him speak, and I'm like, that's definitely Ron. And then I looked it up. I'm like, that's fucking Ron. Ron
Yeah.
Perlman.
His name's in the
making his
credits at the end of
appearance.
the episode, so.
Yeah. Dude, I was so happy. I'm like, I was right. I was right. I was right from the beginning. From the very beginning when they first started saying, and then we heard that interview with him at that con. It's like, it has something to do with 2. And I'm like, he's going to be in the next season of Fallout. And then we're like, what's he going to do in the next season of Fallout? I'm like, he's going to be a super mutant. That's the only way to do it. He was Hellboy. He could actually play. I'm guarantee he's a super. Fucking called it.
You did.
Okay. I was so excited when I saw that. I was yelling. I'm like, oh, that's Ron. So then we go back to Vault 32, or Vault 33, excuse me, with the incest support group.
This group,
Dude, Reggie, I love the sequence, right? It was so fantastic. He sits down at the piano and starts playing Uranium Fever, which is one of the greatest songs in the Fallout series. And it's just this huge
weird party scene
delusion.
from the previews.
Yeah, it was so bizarre. But we see Betty and the security team showing up.
Yep. Knew that was coming.
Mm-hmm. And here's where stuff starts getting thick, man.
Yeah.
This is where things start getting in the weeds because we have a rebellion within the
before
vault.
that, though, you kind of skipped over the part. Now, that whole dancing scene was completely in his head.
Yeah, because he comes out of it and he's playing Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Yeah. And they're all standing around bored.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It was his own little delusion there. The security guy says the group is dissolved. They have taken back the snack budget, and Reg refuses. And there's a big argument between him and Betty.
I have a first note on that was Reg with a facepalm.
Yeah.
The guy's not smart yet at all, but then he starts showing a little bit of intelligence with his little defiant act.
A backbone.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a backbone, but it's starting to crack.
Well, I mean, but people are getting fed up, and I think he represents the people in the vault, and we talked about this last time.
Mm-hmm.
When overseers get unpopular,
Yeah.
it usually ends very badly for everyone, but especially the overseer every time. So I'm interested in seeing how that develops and where that goes because it's not going to be anything pretty, that's for sure.
No, they kind of cut it off there for this episode.
Yeah, we don't see them again, do we? This episode.
But then it cuts
We do
off
see-
to a different vault.
Vault 32 and Chet.
Woody and the Checkers with Chet.
Oh my God, this is so
who
funny.
seems like an absolute rocket scientist next to Davy.
It's true.
It is so rough watching Davy. It's so hard.
It's so funny. It's so awkward. It's fantastic. I love it. And then Davy calls Steph Chet's wife.
Yep.
Wait, there's a poster?
Apparently, Chet didn't know about this.
Chet was not privy.
Everyone knew about it but him. And he's
Yeah.
apparently the groom.
Yeah. Such a bummer, dude. Oh man. I don't think we got any more of that on this episode either, do
No, he sees the
we?
poster,
No.
which is very
Yep.
amusing, by the way. And
Yeah.
Steph is a full-blown raider. She's taking command of this. Like, she got her man, she's demanding it. It's no if and but about it.
She's a maniac. She's a
Yeah.
psychopath.
I think her husband being killed in the first episode of the first season broke her.
That in the raid, and then she got the eye patch and decides she's gonna be a bad guy.
I put in my notes on this next part. Yeah, Kilo. Ron Perlman as a super mutant.
Aha.
Especially when they show a brief glimpse of his CG face.
I was so excited. Actually, I have it in my notes. Super mutant lair, ghoul strung up, and caps. I fucking called it.
Yeah, you did. I agreed with you on that.
He says uranium, bad for them, good for you, and then shoves a hunk of uranium inside the ghoul's wound. There's a war coming, and we need you healthy.
So now the mutants want to team up with ghouls. Apparently, this explains why we haven't seen very many mutants in the show, because they've been hunted to a near extinction. Now, do you think the Ron's character, is a super mutant or just a mutant?
No, he's super mutant.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
100%. He says that ghouls, mutants were kin united by a common enemy. And that enemy, I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've heard in the show, Enclave. We assumed that what Dr. Wilzig was involved with was the Enclave.
No, it was brought up before.
Sense.
It was brought up before?
One.
Yeah. In the later episodes, I don't remember exactly which one, but it was.
Okay, well, this is who they're going to war with.
That's what I got confused with at first. As I put down in my notes, the Enclave, are they the ones organizing the mutants to fight, or are they the enemy? I wasn't totally clear on that.
And this does open up another possibility of the origin of Harkness. I mean, Harkness could just be an Easter egg. Maybe he's actually not the Brotherhood, he's Enclave. If he's Enclave, he'd know how to fly a vertibird. He'd know how to use power armor. That does kind of check out. We'll have to see. I'm not letting go of my Institute theory yet.
Interesting thing about the Enclave is that in Fallout 76, you, the player character, are pretty much the ones responsible for bringing the Enclave back.
That is interesting. I did not know that. Very curious. Well, the ghoul says, everything I do it alone. And then the super mutant is, how's that working out for you?
That's a great comeback. I do it for my family, to find my family.
You're going to need friends.
12,000 nukes was brought up?
12,000 nukes?
So in that conversation, he mentioned 12K nukes. It's one of those shorthand notes I took that I cannot remember the context on. It was during that conversation. He brought up 12,000 nukes.
I was so busy writing notes, I must have missed that. But he does.
It's right before he says, "Worse people than me, Coop." Oh wait, that's after this. Wait.
That's the Cooper and Barb conversation.
Where it brings up to with all
basically the super mutant says, if you're not going to join us, you can't know where you live.
Right.
And then knocks him out hard. And then we go to Cooper and Barb arguing.
I need to put a spacer in my notes to be like, next scene.
See, I just separate them with a space.
Yeah.
Cooper and Barb arguing, you'd kill millions for our daughter. Wouldn't you? There are worse people than me out there. Who could possibly be worse than you?
We know that.
And we go back. Yeah, we go back to the past. Barb talking to Betty, looking for all the information on how the cold fusion is stored.
I gotta admit, though, those silver pit boys are kind of fancy.
They're pretty dope.
I like them.
I want one.
I've been watching the different kinds of pit boys that they show on the episode, and the show is very interesting.
It's pretty cool.
So the higher ups famously get the silver ones. I'm wondering if the higher up has a gold one.
Yeah, I believe Hank has a gold one in his possession. I believe that was mentioned before. I think we saw it before, a gold one. So Barb is going to grab the cold fusion, I guess. She's on the elevator. And sure enough, Dr. Wilzig shows up.
He's back. Well, kind of before back.
He says we're all different parts of machine. Basically threatens her. Says, if you forget, you and your family will die. So will I if I fail to deliver this message. So he basically is warning Barb that she needs to say what she's going to say at the meeting with the leaders. The one that we saw earlier where she proposed dropping the bomb. Basically, if she doesn't do that, her and her family are going to die. So presumably, she said that under duress. Cooper asks, who controls Vault Tech? And she said, I don't know.
Yeah, I think what that whole flashback was her explaining what happened. Like, what was said in that meeting was not my fault, not what I wanted to do, type thing.
Right. I'm your wife. You know me. I don't know you, Barbara. And then he leaves and goes into the casino. Where
Hank is with the case on the Lucky 38. And I thought it was the cold fusion in that case, and I remembered the scientist, what he did. And then sure enough, when that case was opened up, it clarified it. But Hank gets him
first we go
drunk.
Yeah, yes, he does. First we go back to Vault Tech Tower.
Not Hank, but
Lucy leading Hank out. It's the first time we see the workers stop.
Oh
He
yeah.
starts to, so where
As soon
you
as they
find them
walk in.
all over. Yeah, it's the first time you see him stop working.
The first one he talks
her
to,
name?
he used to be kind of a murderer, right? Yeah, I guess.
And what's her name? Makes a killer trail mix.
Yeah. He used to cook people for the Legion, and now makes a killer trail mix. You should try
And Lucy
it.
wants the Hank to leave the doors open for people to leave, but people don't want to leave. So we like it down here.
Is she really that naive?
And-
She doesn't. Well, I don't think she understands the mind control.
She doesn't
yet.
understand the technology of what's going
Yeah.
on. Absolutely. She thinks she's just regular people. She doesn't understand. She's like, we like it down here. It's safe down here. And then we have the Legion and NCR soldier rolled in.
Completely planned by Hank, I am sure.
I'm sure. And there's a big fight between these two guys. Lucy gets involved, ends up stabbing the Legion guy with a pencil. And the Legion guy is beating the NCR guy in the head with a stapler. And Hank says, you have to just hit the button. Hit the button and it'll stop it. The Legion looking at the NCR like, that looks like it stings. As soon as you hit the button, they're docile. Hank is so good, man. He's so good. He's like, let's get you fixed up. These guys
there,
are
buddy.
acting
Are
like
you
how
okay?
Americans imagine Canadians are.
God, yeah, that's true.
Just overly polite.
Hey there,
Too
you okay?
crazy.
Hey?
Oh, man. And then we go back to the ghoul.
Yeah.
And we go back to Cooper and Hank. Hank's drunk. Cooper drugs his drink that he makes in the suite. Hank's passed out, and we have the injection gun inside the case.
Yeah, exactly. Then he pulls out of, Barb comes in and pulls it out of his neck.
Yeah,
Because,
and it's-
yeah, Cooper was pretty confused by that.
absolutely. Well, Cooper doesn't know that before, that meeting, before she was threatened by Wilzig, it was her intention to get cold fusion, to get it away from Vault Tech. Can be strongly presumed that's what she was doing. She was working against her company.
I can see that House is going to wind up with this cold fusion by the end of the season. The House in present time. It very clearly he didn't get it in the past like he wanted for his project.
But it started its journey with the Enclave. Wilzig was working on it. So how does it get from House to Wilzig? Or maybe it gets to Wilzig. Maybe Barbara's not successful.
Oh, yeah. I have a feeling it's going to wind up in House's hand at the end of the season.
Quite possibly.
In modern day, not the flashback.
Yeah. Current timeline,
Yeah,
not
current.
the 2077 timeline. Then we open up on Mojave Mission School, and Dog Meat, Maximus and Thaddeus. Dog Meat brought him the hat.
That dog has more intelligence than the both of them combined.
Yeah. It's a smart dog. And the dog leads him to the ghoul, and both of them, fuck. And the ghoul's like, fuck. Seeing both of them.
I put it in my my notes, like I said earlier. Is Timmy stuck in the well, Lassie? I said that was a missed opportunity, Bethesda. You could play off
Right.
of that. That would have been hilarious.
And then Dog Meat gives the ghoul his hat. Super excited to see what we see next week.
The Fallout office at the credits was pretty freaking awesome. It was a total fan service. All the objects,
Oh,
and how
yeah.
it was laid out. I thought that was really cool.
It looked exactly like one of a Vault Tech building in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Or,
And
yeah.
a little quick preview. I couldn't go back and rewatch it because Amazon messed up on me, but I saw Maximus in modified power armor, and it looks very freaking interesting. Getting ready to go toe to toe with a Deathclaw.
Was that the NCR power armor that King was talking about?
Yeah, modified version.
Okay.
What I've been hearing was that they're introducing a new power armor that's not in the franchise yet.
Oh, okay.
And I think the one that Maximus is wearing is going to be that power armor, because this is set pretty dang far in the future. So
Yeah,
compared
by
to
a
a
few
lot of the
years.
games.
Right, and I mean Enclave. I don't know. I'd be curious to see where the power armor comes from, because the thing about the Enclave is the Enclave had the more advanced with the XO1 and the XO2. So it'd be cool if it was one of those.
I love the fact they're bringing Enclave into this so hardcore now. If you guys watched our previous episodes of this show before we started doing the TV show, and I was playing Fallout 76, I had a field day with the Enclave.
Mhm.
And that whole storyline, it got me. I liked it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where this goes. It's like, it's interesting. And then my last note was my crazy prediction for Fallout 5 releasing at the end of Season 5.
Yeah.
And that being the finale of the show. And then Fallout 5 taking the story from there.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a good, solid theory. I just remembered there's Enclave presence in New Vegas. BlackRock, I believe. It's run by an AI. You go there, you get a super mutant friend, actually, when you go there. That's kind of interesting. So I wonder if they're going to be going there. They will, if my theory holds up, that this Fallout timeline is assuming that the player never got involved.
The Enclave Fallout, it's the White Springs bunker. And that's where they actually have the nuclear control facility for the nukes.
Oh, okay. That's right. You told me about that. Mm-hmm. That's how you get the nukes.
Yeah. I have yet to finish that because I can't do it alone. I need to get King to go help do it with me.
Black Mountain. The main Enclave quest is for Auld Lang Syne. Triggered by Arcade Gannon after earning his trust, tasking you to gather 5 old Enclave remnants to aid the NCR. No, that's not it. That's not what I'm thinking of. Someone's yelling at their computer right now, or their
the Enclave remnants, in a broad sense, are any leftover members of the Enclave who survived their string of defeats in the 23rd century. In a narrow sense, the term refers to a small group of old Enclave veterans living in the Mojave Wasteland in Fallout New Vegas. They are what remains of the Enclave in the West, after the destruction of Control Station Enclave by the Chosen One in Fallout 2. And the sacking of Navarro during the NCR Enclave War.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Fallout 3 Raven Rock, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
so my apologies.
a big thing.
Someone was probably already like, yeah, that's what I yelled at my radio.
I was just telling you.
So, right, exactly. So that's it for that. I think that's it for an episode.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. We got about, I'm guessing we have 2 more episodes before this season is a wrap. They're going to stay true to the 8. After that, we're going to be getting back into our gameplay. I'm going to be working more on Fallout 76. I'm going to be getting back into ESO, for sure. I'm going to try to pull this man into these games with me.
Kicking and screaming, probably.
Yeah, and hopefully we get Fallout 3 remastered, so I can jump into that. If they drop Fallout 3 remastered like we think at the end of the season, then I am all on board on that.
Yeah, 100%. That was my first Fallout, so I would love to go back and revisit it.
And you guys, don't forget to catch us on our little time slot, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, during StarCon this Saturday. We're going to be with King Fanman.
Yep. And if you want to see the whole schedule, you go to star-con2026.com. You go to the link to register, and there you will be able to see all the creators that are involved and what they will be talking about, as well as the full schedule.
Pretty much the whole entire Starfield community, creator community.
Pretty much all of us, yep.
Yeah.
Yep, all the ones that matter. Ha!
All right, how can they reach us if they want to find out our socials and our Discord?
Well, they would have to go to our link tree, and that would be linktr.ee/wyrdkhaosmedia. And if you want to reach us for business or advertising, wyrdkhaosmedia@gmail.com. Wyrd, W-Y-R-D, chaos with a K, media.
And please like, subscribe, and follow. You know, click that little bell if you want to be notified when we release our shorts and our episodes. Now, our episodes release consistently on Saturdays, evenings, but our shorts, they do come out once or twice a day. So
they do indeed.
If you're interested in that.
And, leave us some comments on Spotify. I keep going to Spotify looking for comments, but no one comments on Spotify. But you can do that now. iTunes reviews, absolutely. And of course, we're always active in our YouTube comments and on our Discord.
Man, we appreciate all of it. Our Discord's a place to be, guys. Come on in. Let's get it going. Talk about all the Bethesda games, even games that are not Bethesda. We have a section for all that stuff, too. All right, that's going to wrap up this episode. Until next week, have a fantastic week in Bethesdaverse.
Peace out.